Hi everyone, this is Lucy from Sweet Poppy Stencils. I thought I would do a video using one of our favourite stencils. This stencil is one of the originals that was designed for us by our friend Tracy Dutton from Lavinia Stamps, and it is the beautiful Poppy stencil, which is SP1135, and it is one of the first ones that she designed for Sweet Poppy. We're also going to be using the Aperture Square. I've got my magnetic sheet and I'm going to be using some oxides, so I've got scattered straw, fired brick, tattered rose and ice spruce. So using my blending brushes, no tape needed because the magnetic sheet is holding the Aperture Square down, and I've cut my piece of cardstock underneath 14.5 centimeters by 14.5 centimeters, so it's completely hidden, so I'm not going to get any ink around the edges. So just starting off with a scattered straw, and we're building our layers. Let me push my phone out. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't overrun on this video. I want to keep it nice and short. It's a nice easy one. We're just going to be using the inks and the oxides. All that's going to be is for our background. So putting the poppies on a beautiful coloured background. So let's pop that there. So we're going to go in with a bit of tattered rose next, and I just want a hint. And again, just a hint of colour. It won't give you much, tattered rose won't, but it is such a soft pink. And then going in with a bit more darker colour. So we're going now in with a fired brick, one of my favourites. I like the oxides because they're easy to blend, although I am getting a bit braver with my inks from Eileen. She'll use a lot of the distress inks, which is something that I need to practice more with. So again, I'm going over, blending that out with the scattered straw and going back in and adding a hue of colour around here. Very soft, not overworking too much, taking up the residue. Let's go a bit darker around here so the pop is really ping out. There we go. And we're going a little bit softer, blend that in, and then we're going to go in with the scattered straw. Not scattered straw, the ice spruce. So it's just really to accent the edges. I do love this stencil as well. You know, the poppy it's very apt for this time of year, but you know, it just fits all the briefs for you know, birthdays, you know, I'm sorry, missing you, all those type of cards, or even your home decor. So I quite like that. I think that's not bad. Right, let's pop those out the way, clean those out of the way. Sorry if you can hear a little puppy barking, it's next door. We're in the warehouse. So let's clean hands because I keep getting black marks. I've already done this video a few times. So we're just lifting off, and there you go, you've got beautiful crisp outline. So we're going to go in with our poppy. Now for this, you need to mask off a couple of areas. You cannot use your aperture and then put your stencil over the top because it's not flush enough. And what will happen is you'll get bleeding underneath. So I'm just using a little bit of tape. I'm just going to go get that black mark away from there. The amount of times I've got a black mark or a finger mark on it this morning. There we go. So lovely. Brilliant. Fabulous. Oops. Fabulous. Okay, so we've just, and you can reuse this as well, so don't stress that you're wasting tape. So I think that looks quite nice. I think we'll go jaunty angle, shall we? Lovely. Okay, so I need to mask off an area because when I'm moving it around after, I don't want to be getting fingerprints all over. So, fab. I don't want that. I don't want that. And I don't want that bit. I just don't want that bit. So again, we're going to be using black, which is very unforgiving. So we're just going to create ourselves a little mask around. And this will stay through the whole process. There you go. So, lovely. So we're going in with black. So I'm using black archival. You can use any black because you're not going to be putting a medium over the top of it. Your VersaFines, your distresses, whatever colour. I've chosen black because I like using the black silhouette. That's how Trace designed this for us, as a black silhouette. We know it works, but you could use red, blue, green, whatever you fancy. So, sponging it through, and I'm just trying to be aware of the time. Lovely, we're within time, because as my husband tells me, I do waffle a bit. So let's go in with Stencil Brush, and this way this gets in all the little fine lines that Trace draws for us. Picks up all the detail, and that's what you want, is you want all the detail. We're being quite rough with it, we're not faffing around. So I can see a little bit there that we've missed. Lovely. Let's just good old sponge through it. And you can touch up anyway with a microfine liner. Lovely. So I quite like that. So let's clean my hands, get rid of the black. I'm going to lift up. Yep, I quite like that. And let's pop this about, I think that would look quite nice. About there. There you go. So again, piece of tape, because we now need to mask this area off. So I'm going to go in so that I don't smudge, because your ink is still wet. And I'm going to be sponging through. And again, so you've already masked underneath, so you're going to be having your poppy is going to be just parts of the poppy, not all of the poppy. So, you know, you can do different colours, different shades. You don't have to do it as dark as what I'm doing. Just because I do it like this, you just do, you know, it's your design. So I need that section there. So again, I'm going in, I'm dragging all this ink that's on there. Try not to get my head in shot. There we go, fab. Going over again with my sponge. Right, let's get rid of the ink that's out the way. And again, clean off my hands. Get rid of that. Lift up that. Oh, I like that. It's pretty. So, no, I don't want to be getting marks over this, so I'm getting everything out of the way. I'm turning this over before I start taking this off. Gently remove your stencil tape. Although it's stencil tape, once in a blue moon it can catch, and it'll be the one that you want it to be perfect. I'm not worrying about that. It'll all add to it. That's pretty. Okay, so with black microfine liner, there are areas that just are too fine to go through, so we're just touching. And again, let's just touch that up. Lovely. And you know, you can just keep on building. So just here where I've not quite got all the black, a little bit of artistic license there, and there, and there. Lovely. Okay, perfect. So then you would stamp your verse on. So I've already got one that has been stamped and prepped. So pop that whilst that's wet. This one's dry, so I've just stamped friends on there. So pop that away because I don't need that. A few enamels. Lovely. And then we're just gonna just a couple of little dots and just building up around. Again, just control the flow. Try not to squeeze too much. It's always the way that you just get a big splodge. So I'm just taking off anything. I'm not squeezing the enamels because I cut the nib off mine thinking I had to cut it off when I originally got it. So I need odd numbers. There we go. Quite like that. Fabulous. Lovely. So you would make that on a little bit of black. There you go. And I think that looks quite pretty. So there we go. There's the original. And there's our make today. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you ever so much for watching, and hopefully I'll be back again soon.